Accelerator has been closed for over a year now with no signs of reopening at all. At this point, we have no idea what could be happening with this coaster. Or do we? Hydraulic launch coasters are known for having a lot of downtime, and Xcelerator is no different. Just like I mentioned with Lightning Rod in my last video, it's got to be down more than it's open. But before we get into any predictions, I'll just give a quick history on Xcelerator and the Intamin hydraulic launch. In the early 2000s, Windjammer surf racers, the Togo looping mouse that used to operate where Xcelerator is today, closed at Knott's Berry Farm, and the park was looking for something brand new to put in its spot. They wanted a launch coaster with a quick acceleration, but the location at the edge of the park, only hundreds of feet away from a residential area, the SNS air launch would be way too loud and it wouldn't get past. So Knott's turned to Intamin and asked them to design a launch with a powerful acceleration while also being quiet enough at the same time. And then they opened Xcelerator. But this launch technology was far stronger than anyone realized. 2 of the test runs went over 100 miles per hour to see if it had enough power to build Top Thrill Dragster a year later. And it had enough power. Now that we're on the topic of Top Thrill Dragster, I want to talk about its Reimagining project, most likely done by Intamin in my opinion. It's heavily rumored to be getting a swing launch with a reverse vertical spike, possibly being the tallest spike in the entire world. And it's all part of their plan to make Top Thrill Dragster a more reliable and complete experience. So why doesn't Cedar Fair just do the same thing with Xcelerator, right? Well, it's not that easy. See, if they wanted to give it a spike, they would run into some problems. Right behind its station is Skyscreamer, their SNS drop tower. So maybe they could do a switch track or something and curve it to the side. But then they would be cutting into Timber Mountain Log Ride, one of the most popular rides at Knott's Berry Farm, and they would not be willing to remove it just so Xcelerator could get a spike. So it seems like it wouldn't be too big of a problem because they could just do one LSM launch right out of the station. But that might not work because unlike Top Thrill Dragster, Xcelerator wastes no space at all at the end of the launch track and ascends straight up into the top hat. Just to show you how much more extra space Dragster has, I did some research with the help of Google Earth Pro again. I found that Dragster's launch track is just over 830 feet long, including the straight track at the end and the track right out of the station. But get this, Xcelerator's launch track is just under 200 feet long. And I know that Top Thrill Dragster goes 40 miles per hour faster, but that is more than 4 times longer than Xcelerator's launch track, which is just completely insane. And like I said earlier, they couldn't make it launch any earlier because it already launches right out of the station. So can an LSM launch be strong enough to reach the advertised speed of 82 miles per hour? I did some more measurements on Google Earth, and this is what I got. But quickly before I show you the stats, I would like to ask you to like and subscribe for more. But anyway, let's get back into the video. Earlier, I said that Xcelerator's launch track is just under 200 feet long. So I decided to look at an Intamin LSM coaster with a similar speed, even if it only goes up to a little under 70 miles per hour, but that's the best I could find. I found that ice speed at Mirabilandia's launch track is just over 200 feet long. And at first it seems like it's not a very big difference, until you remember that there's also a 14 mile per hour difference in the 2 top speeds. There's also a possibility that because that was an older Intamin, it couldn't have as fast of an acceleration, and maybe the newer Intamins have better accelerations. But if not, there's another option. The vertical launch that Intamin has been advertising recently. They could put that 1/3 the way up the top hat, and it shouldn't have any problem getting up to the whole 200 feet. And I mean, imagine how that would feel being launched to around 60-70 miles per hour, and then accelerating even more straight up into the sky. And from what I'm hearing, Storm Coaster at Dubai Hills Mall, which is the only Intamin vertical launch coaster in operation, is fairly reliable, so I could definitely see Knott's going with the vertical launch option. But there's really no way to tell until Knott's Berry Farm gives us more updates. But until then, I think they'll try to either give it a vertical launch, or who knows, maybe InDriveTech's LSM system is capable of that fast of an acceleration. So that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I really want to thank you if you watched this far, and like I said earlier, please like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video.